CMPRadio.net. You already know it's the station. CMP Radio Foundation. Listen, you can always go there. You can always donate to the radio station. Yes, we are a teaching radio station. We take young people and we show young people how they can be radio personalities. Let's go, man. It's CMPRadio.net. This is the Cultivating Mature Positivity podcast. And right now, I have a very special guest. Not only do I have a special guest, but my special guest is in a contest to prove that she is the greatest baker. And she doesn't just bake, she cooks real food too, right? So let's listen, share this live. Make sure you let everybody know that I am now talking to Miss Karen Strickland-Cochran. How are you feeling today?
I am feeling great. I am wonderful.
Right. So she bought me a box of cupcakes. That's right, they're all mine. I know I said I was on a diet, right? She brought me strawberry. We got some banana. We got some birthday cake.
That is carrot cake. And guess what? That carrot cake had some Hennessy in it.
Yep, that's mine. Even though I said I wasn't.
So that was soaked in a little bit of Hennessy.
Absolutely. And we got Oreos, man. So listen, man, I appreciate it, right? You know, I always say if you come somewhere and you want to promote your stuff, bring what you do.
Okay.
Bring what you do. Don't hesitate to do that, right? So let's get into this interview because I want to know.
Frozen.
Yeah, it does that from time to time. I want to know how you feel and this journey has taken you through, because let's just break it down real quick, right? You were born and raised in Chester. You graduated from Chester High, the class in 1985.
Yes.
You were in the food service in high school. You made the news. You were interested in going to college, university, because they heard, you know, Chester had the best cooks. Mm-hmm. You came in second place out of 50 schools.
Yep.
Your grandfather taught you how to cook.
Yep.
You were 7 years old. Cabinets. But you found out you were pregnant senior year. Rhode Island University was calling your name. Right? So I want you to start right there, right? Rhode Island University, you're pregnant. What's going through your mind to propel you to be where you are today, or what was stopping you from cooking?
Well, you know, when I found out that I was expecting, you know, I really didn't know what to do, you know, because it was my first child and my first child. So, you know, I just put going to school in the back to make sure, you know, my child was okay.
Absolutely.
And I'll do my best as a single parent to raise her. So I really can't say I had a passion for cooking.
Okay.
It was just something that I was doing, and that it was so many people that was seeing me do it, like teachers and stuff, and thought that, you know, I would be great at it.
Right, there was something there.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They thought it was something that, you know, that I can probably be really big and you know, be a professional chef.
Right.
So, but I did enjoy cooking. Ms. Dow was my teacher at Chester High School Food Service.
Now, during this time when you were in Chester High, the Votech building was big. They were big on vocational training, right, and all of that stuff. So, you know.
Yeah, we used to cook, and the teachers used to come there and eat their lunch. And, you know, they taught us how to prepare and also how to serve, you know, like if we wanted to open up a restaurant, you know, business side of it as well.
That's the next step, right? Yeah. Opening your own, doing your own, feeding your people, right? That's the next step. So that I think at that time, that's when Chester High was good, right? When they gave everyone, not just the brainiacs or the people that want, because school is not for everyone, but vocational training puts people where they want to be. You want to be a plumber, all right? You want to be an electrician, you want to be a cook, you want to be a hairdresser, you want to be a barber.
Most of that stuff was hands-on.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times, you know, they have stuff on YouTube and stuff for you to learn stuff. But, you know, sometimes you just need that hands-on where you can understand it a little better.
That's where this radio station comes from. So I always wanted to be on the radio, late night R&B, right? You know, in talking about relationships, everybody say, yo, that's what I wanted to do. I always wanted to do that, right?
Yeah.
But there was no place for me to do that.
Right.
So I had to create it myself. right?
Exactly.
So now I give children the opportunity to come through here. You want to come through? Let's look up how to tell stories, but we tell stories with love. How do we tell our narrative, right? So I know how it feels to have a dream deferred just a little bit, right? But if it's still there out the corner of your eye, you see it, you always come right back to it,
Well, I
right?
never stopped cooking.
Okay.
You know, like you had said that, you know, I was 7 years old when I made my first meal. My grandfather raised me along with my grandmother up in the fairground, FGA. And, you know, my grandfather used to build homes and work on homes, and he used to come home and cook a whole complete meal. My grandmother wasn't great at cooking. Well, my grandma, she'd make macaroni and cheese, and the cheese still be sitting there. You know what I mean?
Like, what's that?
Like, when is it going to melt?
Absolutely.
But he would come home and cook a whole complete meal, and I would be right there every time. And so I had found out later on that his family had restaurants like in New York and Philadelphia, and you know, so he had learned how. He had
learned how to cook, right? Absolutely.
And I just watched them as a little girl, and so one time, you know, my aunts and stuff was at the house, and everybody was like complaining, no food. I went into the kitchen.
Let's go.
In the refrigerator, got the chair. I couldn't reach the cabinets, and just started pulling stuff out. I want to eat, and they was like, "Where this come from?"
Right.
I was like, "I just made it." You made this? I made a whole complete meal at the age of 7. So that was my first time, you know, really getting into the kitchen and stuff.
Right.
So, you know, but I had asthma, so it was certain things that
you
used
just
to
didn't
trigger
wanna
my
do, right,
asthma, and I had to kind of get away from it. So that's why I really didn't start doing it, you know, when I had my daughter and get right back into it because of my asthma and my medical conditions.
Right. So, what's your the program that you're in, the competition that you're in right now? Let's talk about that for a couple seconds. You got some pictures over there, engineer, right? Let's get some pictures up, right? Currently, you are 3rd. We just watched that, but on the paperwork you said you're 4th, right? But at some point you were number 1 in this competition. So explain what this competition is, what you're winning, and what you think it'll do for you if you were to win this.
Oh gosh, what it would do? It would move for me. It's not mountains, but to me, it's like mountains.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? This competition, this is a worldwide competition. Anybody in the world could have picked this up. Then what they had to do was break it down, and they broke it down to 20 people, and then they broke it down to 15, then 10. So, but that whole entire time, when I first started, I started at 10, and then I just went straight to first place.
Right.
And I stayed in first place all the way up to the quarterfinals, which where we're at right now. And it's just unbelievable that far up that my votes is starting to kind of drop down. But I was trying to explain to people
vote every day.
that you have to vote every single day.
Every
if
day.
you don't vote every single day,
It's not counted.
then anybody can come up and just take your spot.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, you know, it's almost like begging people. You know what I mean?
It
But
is.
I
But don't
really
hate. Don't look at it that way. Don't look at it that way, right? You're in the competition right now, and like I say all the time, man, you need your people, right?
Yes.
Aunts, cousins, nephews, brothers, sisters, grandfathers, uncles, Chester, we're all family. So I need for everybody to go on The Greatest Baker every day. It's a 10-minute situation, right?
Yeah.
We don't know how we can affect someone else's life, right? But we do all the negative stuff, and if the negative stuff comes up, we keep that going. But this is something positive. This is a woman, right, from the city of Chester, Fairground, stand up, right?
Okay.
Support. But she's from the city of Chester. She has long wanted to be a cook. This competition ends with a $10,000 award prize for her.
Yes,
right?
And a magazine spread.
Right?
And I get to meet Buddy.
Okay.
This is his competition, and the money is going towards cancer kids.
Right.
So it's
So
not
you're
a
helping
fake.
two
It's
things.
nothing fake.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? I think that's what some people think, that, you know, if they're putting money into this, where's their money going to?
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
So it's not fake, you guys.
I want-
It's a real competition.
So that begging situation you were saying, it's like I'm begging. No, you're not begging. You're asking people to speak for your cakes. You're asking people to speak every day for your business acumen.
Yeah.
You're asking people to speak for
it
you.
kind of hurts my feelings.
It does.
Because I can honestly say when people call me and
Right.
say, Karen, I'm having this event. Can you do 100 cupcakes?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't hesitate at all.
At all.
You know what I mean? I'd be like, okay.
I got you.
You know what I mean? I got you.
Right.
Or I'm opening up something here, you know.
So you know what you do? That thing you got right there, that phone,
Mm-hmm.
you got to go back and look and find the people that called you and asked you for that,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
call
I
them
did.
and say, listen, for the next 100 days, I need you to vote for me every day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know if I could do that. Why can't you do that? Why wouldn't you want to do that? And it's hard. Trust me. I have a nonprofit. I know how hard it is to ask your community every day to chip in to help you to get your dream together, right? And then I just stop asking and I go do it myself, right? But again, the community coming together and supporting you. About everybody saying, man, you're always on Facebook. I'm on Facebook in the morning. I make my post, and then you probably won't see me on Facebook for the rest of the day. But now that I know about this, every day I will go on there and I'll vote. I told you already. Said I'll do the 50
Thank
votes,
you. I
$25.
appreciate it.
I'll get that done tomorrow. But every day here on out, I'm going to vote every day.
Thank you.
Right. And I appreciate you, right, for everything that you're doing. So let's get into this interview. How long have you been a chef?
Well, I mean, I like I said, I started at age 7.
Right.
But when my daughter passed, put it like this, when she passed, I was already like helping people, you know, cook for different functions and stuff like that, and help decorating. I was doing all that free.
Right.
And you know, my aunts was getting in my ear, Karen, you need to start charging and stuff. So I said, you know, like 5 years ago, I said, oh, all right, I'll try.
Right.
So I made my first banana pudding cake, and it sold, and I posted, and he posted, and it was nonstop. It was like, it started off just a fun thing, and then when I sold that first cake, I was just getting orders like every weekend,
Right.
and then the cake orders was just getting higher and higher and
Wow,
higher, and I just had I just started doing 2, 3, 4 cakes a day.
Yeah.
And I was working a full-time job, so you know, I would come home from work and get right into the kitchen, and I sometimes didn't get out of there till like 10, 11, midnight. It depends on
But you weren't tired after you did that, right? You felt like you this is where I want to be. It was home.
It was home.
Right.
Yeah.
I explain it all the time. They're like, man, you always in a radio station. It's home, right? Can't know what, and you know where I'm at. So if you want to stop by, you can stop by. But it's home to me, right? I'm trying to learn how to do this.
Yeah, I'm comfortable, and I'm a self-teacher, so
Right.
you know, I've been teaching myself everything.
Self-taught. So if you were to win this $10,000, would you decide to go to a school or to jump in?
Well, you know what? I don't really think a school can really teach me too much. You know what I
got that
mean?
experience.
Because I
Yeah.
mean, I pick up really fast.
Right.
And if you just show me a picture, I can do it. So, and half of the time when they do give me a picture, they like my cake better than the picture. But my thing been basically on because from my experience of buying cakes that look real grand and pretty and stuff like that, they were nasty.
They were nasty.
You know what I mean?
They typically
like, why
are.
spend $200-$300 on a cake and you can't even eat it?
I don't
you know
wanna-
what I mean?
no.
So my main focus was to have a good cake.
A good cake.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's why I focus on doing specialty cakes. So when I say a specialty cake, like, you know, like a crunch cake, carrot cake, the Oreo cakes and stuff like that. You know, those are considered specialty cakes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I wasn't really worrying about doing real grand, pretty cakes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Until recently when people started saying, well, your cakes taste so good. Can you make this cake for me?
Oh.
So I started doing birthday cakes. And
So do you
wedding
make
cakes.
special designs with cakes? Can
I
you-
do that now.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
How much?
But I'm still working on
You're still
it.
working on that, right?
I'm still working on it. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So, And I tell people all the time when they give me a picture, look, I don't. There's no guarantee it's going to come out
just
exactly
like that. Right,
because
right.
I'm not the one that did it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you can't expect me to do what someone else did because I don't know
what they used or how they did
what
it.
I mean?
Right.
But I can
know
do
it's
my
gonna taste
best.
good.
Definitely that. You don't have to worry about that because
Right.
I was getting people that actually own stores that was inboxing me, on Facebook and asking me what is my ingredients. They taste something somewhere, and they found out it was mine, and they wanted to know what's my ingredients. But of course, I'm not going to tell you my ingredients.
No, you're not supposed to.
Yes, and I'm also a ghost baker for a couple of bakeries.
So they have ghost baking, like.
Well,
did you invent that yourself?
I invented it.
Okay.
You know why? Because of one baker in Jersey, he had asked me. He told me he was going to open up a bakery, and he didn't have a baker. But he insisted on opening up this bakery, and he still didn't have. When he opened it up, he didn't have a baker. And I told him when he was opening it up, because of the distance, I didn't want to travel that far. And I said, well, would you consider, if I bake it at home and you come pick it up?
Right.
He was like, no, I want you there on the spot. I said, okay, well, good luck with your bakery.
Right.
And like a week before his bakery was opening up,
No, he
called me.
He's like, okay, you can do it that way. Right.
Can you do
Wow.
a certain amount of things for me? So that went on for probably a good 6 months and stuff. You know what I mean?
A ghost baker.
So I was considered a ghost baker, but we discussed that. That was his bakery. I'm just supplying your. So actually, his the cheesecakes I was making for him was very famous. Yeah.
You make cheesecakes?
Oh yes. He actually did a Cat Williams. One of the customers had did a skit, and it had Cat Williams on there. And Cat Williams was doing one of his stand-ups, and when he had green on, and he was like saying something about this right here. This cake
right here.
Skit right there.
This cake right here.
This right here.
Right.
It was like in his hand. It's like, I don't know what's going on. Something is, But anyway, I kept looking at it. I was like, wait a minute, that looked familiar. And the whole time it was my cheesecake in his hand.
Wow.
And people was like, it must be crack in this. Because people was coming back,
Right.
Yeah, so.
Do you put crack in your cheesecakes?
No, I don't touch crack.
No.
But I do weed.
Right. Yeah,
So
infused?
I do edible and fruit. Yeah, here's one right here. Hennessy. A Hennessy pound cake. Boom. There it is.
Okay.
Yes, I do infuse a lot of brownies. Actually, you can go into food.
Yeah, I heard that.
On the chicken.
So I was at my cousin's house, and I used her hot sauce. So she for her birthday, she went down to this Airbnb where everything was infused.
Yeah.
The salt, the pepper, everything. And she brought this hot sauce back. So I was, I'm there with my daughter, and I put the hot sauce on the chicken, and I'm eating it. And about 30 minutes later, I said, I didn't touch anything. So I said, no. And then my son came downstairs. He said, Dad, what's wrong with you? I said, what? He said, why are you looking at the TV like that? I said, oh. I said, hand me that sauce over there. And I looked at it and I called her. And I said, she's like, oh yeah, that's infused. I said, got me.
Everything.
Listen, I said, all right, I got to stay away from y'all. I'll bring my own stuff down here from now on. But, I'm not going to say I liked it, but I liked how I felt that day. I was calm. I was cool. You feel me?
Yeah.
So maybe I need to get back on
you know what? When I do my infuse, I have to tell people, do not, especially when they have like the treats and stuff like that, do not eat the whole thing or do not eat the whole brownie.
No, I didn't.
Because, this one girl I had sold a brownie to, I said, just take pinches off of it till you see how you feel.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Until somebody tells you could be it. And to the people that have poured into my cup, thank you.
Yeah.
And for the people that have poured into your cup, just tell them thank you.
Yes.
Right? Because if you don't show gratitude and you're not happy and don't understand the struggles, it's hard coming from Chester to put yourself in a position by yourself. No schooling, Nobody holding your hand, taking it and running with it is hard. So you have to support that. So let's go out here. Let's vote for her. Let's make sure we do this every day for the next. How long? When is the competition over?
They don't tell you that.
They don't
That's
tell
the
you.
thing.
All right. Well,
They don't tell you.
We're in the quarterfinals. You still got the semifinals.
The next step is going to the semi.
Right. So currently, if you're in third right now, I would think you're in the semis, right?
I'm in the semi.
Right. So you're in the semis. So we want to make sure we keep on voting every day.
But you know, like they told me, it's going to get harder.
Absolutely.
I do get an email from them and a message from them.
That's crazy.
They won't tell you that.
That's crazy.
They won't tell you how many points you behind or who's all in it or,
I'm not going to say so. That's what we're going to do. Chester, listen, man, it's 36,000 people in this community. Swarthmore, Brookhaven, Parkside, Delaware County. Right, I'm gonna share this in the Delaware County. I need for you right now. Put a pin drop in this right now, so we know where to go back in this video and collect this, because this is what I want to go on Facebook. Right, the joint up top, all the way up the top. They say you can put a pin in it. It should be right up top. Right, you see it? Okay. Listen, I need for you right now to go to the Greatest Baker and vote.
Well, actually, you can just go if we're friends on Facebook. And that's another thing.
Right.
I got over 5,000 followers.
Yeah.
That, be inboxing me for cakes.
Right.
And today I'm doing a special because it's 2 for 1.
Okay.
And my pound cakes are normally $50.
Right.
And they don't seem to have a problem buying that. But I'm like, it's 2 for 1. I'm doing pound cakes all this week, $35.
What?
You know what I mean? And nobody's even taking advantage of that. I'm like, I'm not even understanding it. Like, you don't want me to have this or something? Is that, because that's what's going in the back of my mind. You know what I mean?
The only way you get to be great is by allowing other people to be great standing next to you.
Yes.
You do not get
And
to
this is an
enjoy life.
opportunity for other people too, because I'm not going to stop. If I buy a building here, I'm not going to stop there. You know what I mean?
What you asking, Naeem? What you ask? Do you have sugar-free cake?
Yes, I do sugar-free. I do gluten, and I do vegan.
Right.
My grandkids is vegan. My cooked at Devon spot.
Okay.
He's a little chef. He's a little chef.
Mm.
Yeah. So he makes vegan food. He made a vegan dish, and he made a magazine. He was in the magazine spread too, with Devon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sure. Just clear. Yeah. I want you to go on either on her Facebook page or on the Greatest Baker and vote for her every day until this competition is over. Chester, I'm calling you. Delaware County, I'm calling you. Everybody that's watching, right, wherever you are, I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you, I'm begging with you to vote for Miss Karen Strickland-Cochran, right? Cakes by K,
Yes.
right? So she can get this $10,000. So she can open up a bakery.
Yes, because I know y'all tired of coming over the bridge. I'm trying to be right here in the city.
I'm trying to
with
figure
you guys.
I'm trying to figure out, to all my brothers that own properties and own stores, if we got 1 million restaurants, where's the bakery? Somebody let me know where's the bakery in the city. We got KYJ's. That was never our heritage. That was never nothing that was going to be passed down to us. But I think families down there, right? Got some people down there, right? We got some people down at KYJ, so I'm not going to knock them. But a bakery in the city that cooks cakes, that cooks infused cakes, that cooks infused brownies. You get some like. Do you understand how important this is? So I want everybody to just go, the Greatest Baker, or follow Karen Strickland-Cochran, right, and vote for her. Right, vote for her every day.
One free vote.
One free vote. A house full of 10 people, 10 votes every day.
Yeah.
Knock on your next door. Can you do this for me? Here. Can you vote for?
Yes.
Every phone that you can find. And I know it's a couple people that got some extra phones.
Now,
Do it on your
if I
extra
could
phone.
vote for myself,
You
look,
would.
I would
you
clear
would.
my bank account out because this is that important to me.
This is
you
how,
know what I mean?
This is how we show how strong we are. By supporting each other, by coming forward for each other. Man, I'd like to thank you for stopping through. Right,
Thank you for having me.
I truly appreciate it. I got some cupcakes. I got some knowledge. I think I got a friend now. Right, I can
Yeah.
get my brownies from. You feel me? When I'm feeling like, yeah. and your family. So whenever you
Thank
want to
you.
come through, anything that you got coming on, you know who to hit up, right? And let's just keep this cost a dime.
It don't.
Support might take a little bit of your time, but support is worth giving. City of Chester, Delaware County, come on, let's make sure we get Miss Karen Strickland-Cochran to first place so she can win, so we can see her name on this check. Come on, man. CMPradio.net, man. It's Cultivating Mature Positivity Podcast. Coming up right after this podcast, man. Straight like that with my homie Mike Martin and myself. We got a lot of things to talk about. We're talking about the Eagles, and I think we're talking about something relationship. Mike, right?
Talking about the Eagles.
Yeah, we definitely going to talk about the Eagles. Right?
Yeah.
We definitely
Not
gonna.
winning right now.
No, they not. But maybe they set that up. Maybe that's a setup. Maybe that, I don't know. I'm hoping it is, because
Yeah.
we can't be that bad. We can't go 10-1 and then just the wheels just fall off. It doesn't make sense. I've never
Yeah.
seen that before. But make sure you vote. Come on, man. It's CMPradio.net. It's Karen Strickland-Cochran, man. Follow her, man. The greatest chef, the greatest baker. Let's get it done, man. CMPradio.net, man. You already know.
See you guys.